The United States, for decades the undisputed leader of the free world, finds itself at a crossroads. Unfortunately, Trump's economic and geopolitical policies threaten its global standing, with energy security emerging as a critical vulnerability. The question is no longer whether the U.S. will face an energy crisis, but how severe it will be. Canada is diversifying its energy exports, leaving the U.S. grappling with potential energy shortfalls. This essay explores the impact on the U.S. economy and global power dynamics. The U.S. has long relied on Canada for energy, benefiting from a secure market. However, protectionist trade policies have strained this vital relationship. Canada, under Prime Minister Mark Carney, is forging new energy partnerships. This shift has significant implications for the U.S., facing energy shortfalls and soaring prices. The potential consequences for the U.S. economy are far-reaching. Industries like manufacturing and transportation could face higher costs and job losses. Consumers would likely see a surge in energy bills, further eroding purchasing power. The northeastern states are particularly vulnerable to energy shortages. Blackouts and energy rationing could disrupt daily life and strain the economy. The U.S. energy crisis is a symptom of a broader global power shift. As the U.S. turns inward, other global players are asserting their influence. This shift is creating a more multipolar world order. The implications of this transformation are profound, affecting international trade and global security. The global energy landscape is undergoing a dramatic transformation. As the world transitions away from fossil fuels and towards cleaner sources of energy, traditional energy exporters like Canada are seeking new markets and partnerships. The U.S., once the dominant player in the global energy market, is now facing stiff competition from emerging economies, particularly in Asia. This shift in energy dynamics is being driven by a number of factors, including technological advancements, changing consumer preferences, and geopolitical realignments. The rise of renewable energy technologies, such as solar, wind, and hydropower, is fundamentally altering the energy landscape. Countries with abundant renewable energy resources, such as Canada, are well positioned to capitalize on this trend by exporting their clean energy to countries seeking to reduce their carbon footprint. The U.S., while making strides in renewable energy development, still relies heavily on fossil fuels, putting it at a disadvantage in this emerging clean energy market. The growing global demand for energy, driven by population growth and economic development, is further intensifying competition for energy resources. Emerging economies, particularly China and India, are experiencing rapid economic growth and require vast amounts of energy to fuel their industrialization and urbanization. These countries are increasingly looking to secure long-term energy supplies from reliable exporters like Canada, which has abundant reserves of oil, natural gas, and hydroelectricity. The geopolitical landscape is also playing a significant role in shaping global energy flows. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine has highlighted the vulnerability of relying on a single energy supplier, particularly one with a history of using energy as a political weapon. The U.S. and its European allies are seeking to reduce their dependence on Russian energy exports, creating opportunities for other energy exporters like Canada to fill the void. The U.S. is facing an unprecedented energy crisis, characterized by dwindling energy supplies, soaring energy prices, and the growing threat of blackouts. This crisis is the result of a confluence of factors, including the Trump administration's protectionist trade policies, Canada's strategic shift in energy exports, and the aging U.S. energy infrastructure. The consequences of this energy crunch are already being felt across the country, with businesses struggling to cope with rising energy costs, consumers facing higher energy bills, and the reliability of the electric grid increasingly in question. The Trump administration's decision to impose tariffs on Canadian energy imports has backfired, leading to higher energy prices for American consumers and businesses. These tariffs, intended to protect American jobs and reduce the trade deficit, have had the opposite effect, driving up the cost of energy and making American businesses less competitive. The tariffs have also strained relations with Canada, a key ally and trading partner, prompting Canada to seek new markets for its energy exports. Canada's decision to prioritize energy exports to Europe, Asia, and China has exacerbated the U.S. energy crunch. With Canada's vast energy resources now flowing to other parts of the world, the U.S. is facing a growing energy shortfall, particularly in the northeastern states, which rely heavily on Canadian hydroelectricity. This shortfall has led to higher energy prices, rolling blackouts, and energy rationing, disrupting daily life and threatening the economic well-being of millions of Americans. The aging U.S. energy infrastructure is ill-equipped to handle the challenges of the 21st century. The electric grid in particular is outdated and vulnerable to disruptions, as evidenced by the recent spate of blackouts and brownouts across the country. The increasing frequency and severity of extreme weather events, such as hurricanes, heat waves, and wildfires, are further stressing the grid, highlighting the urgent need for investment in modernization and expansion. If you like this video, please like and comment to support our channel. Mark Carney's Gambit: Reshaping Canada's Economic Landscape. Mark Carney, former governor of the Bank of England, is reshaping Canada's economic landscape as Prime Minister. Carney's ambitious agenda positions Canada as a global leader in clean energy and a reliable trading partner. His policies impact Canada's relationship with the U.S. and its global economic standing. Central to his vision is diversifying Canada's energy exports. Carney has pursued new energy partnerships with Europe and Asia. Canada is now a major LNG supplier to Europe, reducing dependence on Russian gas. Long-term energy agreements with China and India secure Canada's position in global markets. Domestically, Carney has strengthened the economy with tax cuts, infrastructure investments, and streamlined regulations. His leadership has elevated Canada's profile, advocating for multilateralism and opposing protectionism. A world in retaliation: the backlash to Trump's trade wars. The Trump administration's decision to wage trade wars on multiple fronts has ignited a global backlash, with countries around the world retaliating with tariffs of their own. This tit-for-tat escalation of trade barriers has disrupted global supply chains, increased costs for businesses and consumers, and slowed economic growth. The trade war has also strained relations between the United States and its allies, creating uncertainty and instability in the global trading system. The European Union, Canada, Mexico, and China have all imposed retaliatory tariffs on billions of dollars worth of American goods, targeting products ranging from agricultural products to manufactured goods. These tariffs are designed to inflict economic pain on American businesses and pressure the Trump administration to reverse course on its protectionist policies. The trade war has also prompted countries to seek new trading partners, diversifying their supply chains and reducing their reliance on the American market. The trade war has had a ripple effect throughout the global economy, disrupting supply chains, increasing costs for businesses, and dampening economic growth. Businesses that rely on imported components or export their products have been particularly hard hit, facing higher input costs, reduced demand, and increased uncertainty. Consumers have also felt the pinch, as tariffs have led to higher prices for a wide range of goods, from washing machines and solar panels to soybeans and whiskey. The trade war has also undermined the rules-based international trading system that has underpinned global economic growth for decades. The World Trade Organization, the body responsible for enforcing global trade rules, has been sidelined as countries increasingly resort to unilateral action and disregard WTO rulings. This erosion of the rules-based system threatens to plunge the global economy into a period of protectionism and beggar-thy-neighbor policies, with potentially devastating consequences for global growth and prosperity. If you like this video, please like and comment to support our channel.